Hello?
Hi, Boy, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm great, thank you. So, my name is Hugo, and today I'm going to be teaching you your first class on business. Is that alright?
Oh, yes, right.
Perfect, great. So, you took this class for business, so I'm assuming you really like business, right?
Yes, I like.
Great, that's fantastic. So, what's your business background right now?
Business background?
Yes, for example, you went to business school or you're working right now? What kind of background do you have?
I'm working.
Oh, you're working. Oh, that's fantastic. So I'm assuming you want to learn a little bit more about doing business outside Taiwan in case you go live and work outside Taiwan, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's absolutely great. So what I want to do right now, I want to do a class on how to communicate when doing business in Canada and the US. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So, here I'm gonna do share screen with you, and you're gonna be able to see how people can do, how most of Canadians or how most Americans they do business, and we're gonna discuss the differences between doing business here and outside, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Do you have any question for me right now, like any part of the conversation or any part of doing business that you'd like to cover first?
No, I don't have question now.
All right, no, that's great. That's good. I have questions already prepared for you. So along the lessons, I'm gonna be making sure you understand every concept, and I'm gonna be making sure you understand both the English aspects of the lecture, meaning the grammar or the spelling or anything English language English related, and also the business part. All right.
Okay.
Great. So I'm gonna open here. If you just give me 1 second, I'm gonna open here. Okay. All right, fantastic. So I have here a lecture about international communication, and then I would like to share with you, and then we can just jump on it together. So I'm gonna use share screen feature on Skype. So you should be able to see my screen right now as soon as it starts, when it's loading. All right, great. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see now.
Great, fantastic. So I'm gonna do this lesson on key components of communication. So that's an international business communication class, meaning how you teach, how you do business online. You see, before we jump in, I'd like to remind a very important part of this lecture. You see how here it says communication, right?
Yes.
See, the word communication is a very interesting word, especially for people who are learning English. Because when most people think about communication, they just assume you're talking to somebody or you're just explaining something. But no, there are so many different ways to communicate, verbal or non-verbal way. So we're gonna cover all that. So keep in mind, when you're talking about communication, you can have multiple ways of communicating yourself. And when you're doing business, it's very important to remember that if you're doing business with someone outside Taiwan, especially in the US or Canada, they will always try their best to understand you. So as long as you can communicate with them, you're fine. So always keep that in mind. Anyway, let's jump here to our lecture. The first part is all little agenda, so I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna be learning today, alright?
Okay.
Okay, just for the sake of your pronunciation, would you mind reading this for me, please?
Yeah. Definition of communication.
Right,
Source.
right,
encoding,
right,
message,
right,
channel,
right,
receiver,
right,
decoding,
right,
feedback,
right,
example,
right.
conclusion.
Perfect. That's absolutely fantastic pronunciation. Is there any word you don't understand?
What is decodings mean?
Decoding, absolutely. So, when you're communicating with somebody, or when even you're sending a message, or even a computer file, you take this message and you send it in a way that is not necessarily what it looks like or it should be. For instance, I'm going to talk more about decoding, of course, during this lecture. But just for you to at least have an idea right now, decoding basically means you're going to be taking words from what I'm saying, and in your own mind, you're going to put meanings to those words, which may or may not be the same meanings I intend to send it to you. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Perfect. Absolutely great. So, let's jump here. So, do you mind reading the first sentence for me, please?
Okay. Communication is central to human life and survival.
Perfect. That's great. It's absolutely perfect. Why do you think? Why do you think that is? Why do you think communication is central to human life and survival?
Because it's a bridge to human connect each other.
Right. Exactly. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, a person, they are not to their own island. Basically, is you cannot be all by yourself in your own island, just isolated from the rest of the world. So just keep that in mind, and how communication is important. How about the second paragraph? Can you read that for me, please?
Yeah. Definition: communication is the ability to share ideas and feelings, and is the foundation of human contact and, therefore, human relationships at all levels.
That's great. That's great pronunciation. Just one little mistake you made. It's share ideas. Can you say that again, please?
Share ideas.
Perfect. Absolutely fantastic. So here, basically, we're saying how communication is the ability to share ideas and feelings, and this is the foundation of human contact and therefore human relationships at all levels. Basically, the same idea as before. We're just sorry.